The reason why men are not approaching women, according to this guy from this podcast called like Net Positive, something John Christ is his name or whatever. I just saw this video. Is because they are terrified of the things that women are sharing about the way that they are treating us. They're terrified of the groups, the conversations, the text chains, all of the talk about like the icks that we get about them. And all. Women are terrified of being murdered. Women are terrified of being unalived, of being assaulted, of being raped, of being beaten, of being completely manipulated, right? It is an annoying thing for women to bicker and chat about the little icks they have with the guys that they're seeing and dating. This is what women do, okay? Love it or hate it. But it's like, I don't buy it. Like, to equate their feelings of terror in dating because women are chatting about how they're being treated compared to what women experience on a daily basis is just so like reductive, I guess is the word I can like. It doesn't compare. It really doesn't compare. And to me, it is like when white people complain about not having certain things or complain about certain privileges that are just not afforded to them. Be a black person. Just be a black person. No matter what kind of status you have, how much money you have, how much power you have, you still get treated like you're not worthy or not good enough. It just, the math doesn't math to me, and it frustrates me to know. And I listened to this man talk about this, and I can't even like, I don't think he's wrong in expressing what he feels and what he thinks a lot of men feel. The men are scared of just not being respected and not being, looked at as like, oh, we just gonna lock our lips and not talk about anything that they did wrong and just keep our feelings to ourselves. I mean, yeah, women talk, women chat, okay, gossip. It may not be the best thing to be doing, right? You can keep some of your business to yourself, but it just frustrates me. Am I on a different rock and a different like solar system? Because it just doesn't equate. Something is not right. And they cannot grasp the level of accountability it takes for a man to just speak for himself, say what works for him and what doesn't work for him. If he's going to be interested, if he wants to take you out, if he wants to get to know you, go for it and do it. I feel like most women would actually pull up their bootstraps and do all the things that we ask men to do. We are willing to do that. Most women are willing to do the things that we want men to do, right? And in that social dynamic of our gender roles, we just don't do that. We pull back. We wait for you to do that. We wait for the men to do that. And then they don't. And then the men are out here saying like, well, I just don't like how they like tell their friends about our date after it happened, and how they don't like the way that like I, tie my shoelaces, or that I like ride a bicycle or surf or whatever, the ick list that people are talking about, whatever. That's stupid to me. But it just is so weird. Am I the only one who's like, it doesn't math to me? And it's so frustrating. Like, dudes, be for real. It's like bigger fish to fry than like, the ego is so fragile. It's so fragile. It's unbelievable. I'm screaming. Like, I'm so.
Men saying, I've just decided altogether to avoid women, that it's better to be single, guys. They're almost like happy about the fact that they're gonna make the choice to avoid the entire gender of women because they have yet to actually resolve the war they have within themselves.
this is where I feel frustrated, is where I just think that it just doesn't make sense to me how women are not being asked out on dates. Like, there are so many beautiful women, like, come on, like, just shoot your shot. But a lot of the things that the guys were telling me, and these were guys from the ages of like 19 to 40, was like, no, we don't want to intimidate a woman. If we see them on the street, like, we'll cross the road so that they feel safe.
I do that.
No, we don't want to come across creepy. So I do see that obviously culture has really like removed this from the man, this kind of like the art of the chase. And then that, I think, in effect, is making more men passive.
A lot of this has to do with, of course, feminism, but the hashtag #MeToo movement. The level of awareness on sexual harassment, which is a good thing, the awareness needed to be there.
Yeah.
But there has been such a level of overcorrection, so much to the point that even a man just approaching you on the street is harassment. And the issue what a lot of men see is you can have two guys do the exact same approach. One's harassing her and one is received well. And the only difference is that she sees one as being attractive.
Yeah, no, I understand that, but that's not really fair.
It's
like,
not fair. But for a lot of good men, they're like, okay, well, the only way I'm gonna know if you find me attractive is if I approach you. But if I get it wrong and you don't, that's a harassment case. So for a lot of men, it's like, it's not worth the risk.
Dude, I really don't know what it is, but whenever I make eye contact with men, I look at them and I'm like, ew. Like, I get disgusted. Like, why are you so ugly? Why are you looking at me? Why are you looking at me and then why are you so ugly? Or the other way around.
Ladies, before you ask the question of why don't men approach women anymore, why don't men take the initiative to approach, to go up and talk to women, ask them out on dates, it's because you have videos like this. And this ain't the only video that's out here in the internet like this. Like, you got plenty of other videos of women saying the same thing. Don't even look my way. Oh, ew, why are you even bothering to look my way? Why are you approaching me if you are ugly, if you are unattractive? Men see this kind of stuff, ladies. Okay, they see videos like this, so they're gonna assume, okay, yeah, a lot of women are like this, especially nowadays in 2024. With the rise of social media, shaming tactics. You know, look, listen, I have whole safety car videos for women, so I understand women's safety. I really do, I get it. And men are creeps, but at the same time, the truth is the truth. And the truth is that a lot of women make it bad for y'all. You know what I mean? To not want to be approached, you know, or for men to not want to approach y'all by saying things like this. Okay? And when you say things like this, it's a red flag to me because it makes it seem like, okay, she must speak for a lot of women. And, you know, listen, every dude ain't gonna be like me. I'm a confident dude. I'm gonna shoot my shot regardless of what women are saying. You know what I mean? But at the same time, I understand the fact that men don't really see a point in approaching when you have videos like this out. You know what I mean? Women like this are gonna be single for a long time. I'm just keeping it a buck. So ladies, this is what you...
So apparently single men are starting to become afraid to approach women in real life because they don't want to be viewed as creepy. Around like 53% according to this one study. And I just really think that is not enough. Run the percentage up. Run the percentage up. This is not a bad thing. This is not a bad thing, and I'm going to tell you why. A man being concerned about being viewed as creepy while approaching a woman shows an awareness of the reality of violence that women face when they're approached by men, when they deal with men, when they're talked to by men, when they're harassed by men, cackled by men, etc. And he does not want to be a part of said reality. There is literally nothing negative about men starting to be hyper aware of how they're interacting with women. There's no negative to that because it's been on the other end of the spectrum for so long, right? Like men have been so used to women being at their disposal and their availability whenever they want to, right? That now some men see it as a slight that, oh my God, I have to worry about being viewed as a creep. You have to worry about being viewed as a creep while we have to worry about death. This is not a slight to you if you are concerned about being viewed as creepy. You should be. You should be thinking, how am I going to approach this woman in a way that is not going to scare her, that is not going to creep her out or freak her out or make her feel like I am dangerous. You should absolutely be thinking that. And then for the men that are like, well, how am I supposed to date women now? Oh my gosh, like, how am I supposed to go on dates? Do you hear yourself? Your complaint is that going out on dates with women is now going to be harder for you. That doesn't sound like the most privileged thing. Being harder for y'all to approach us is not oppression. That is not a slight to you. That is a byproduct of the violence that we have to deal with and face. It's a byproduct of all these other men in the world that make that so difficult. A black woman and girl was killed every 6 hours in 2020. Around 81% of women in general deal with sexual harassment. Women get killed for saying no to men on the street. Until those statistics and statistics like it stop, we have a right to not be sure if you as a man approaching us is going to be one of those men. And you need to start thinking about your behavior and making sure you do not become one of those men or come off as one of those men. This is not a negative thing. A lot of y'all need to be concerned about being viewed as a...
She says no. No, sorry, I'm not interested. What's the worst case scenario at that point? What happens? What happens? Do you shrink an inch? Do you lose? Like, does your hairline recede an inch? Does money like fall out of your bank account? What happens? Please. So I have minus 1,000 aura. No, that's not a thing. The aura is lost, okay? And if she says yes, how much aura is gained? Please. You'd rather hold your dignity? You ain't holding no lady in your bed because you scared you holding your dignity because you ain't getting no play if you not approaching nobody. Just say have a nice day with a smile and walk off. Thank you, Sancho. Yes, exactly.
One of the worst mistakes I ever made was thinking I found this man and don't nobody else want him but me. Baby, if you ever find yourself thinking that, I promise you're wrong. You think because he's not super, super fine and he's not like super rich and you could tell like he kind of got bullied in high school a little bit. Like he not one of them. He's not him for real. He's not him. But you like him and you see something special in him and you want him and you be thinking, oh, I'm safe. Don't nobody else want him. You're wrong. You're dead wrong. You are not the only one that saw that man's potential, baby. It's other people out here that saw it too and they want him just as much as you do. Don't get too comfortable thinking you done stumbled across some sort of hidden gem, some sort of hidden diamond in the rough and nobody else found it yet and you the first one. Nope. No. Because you start listening to him talk and you start opening up and sharing dating stories and you like, hold on, it was other people here before me? Like, somebody else wanted this for real? You go through that man's phone and see how many girls he's texting. I'd be like, I didn't even know you knew this many women for real. I did not know they was on you like this. You're wrong. Do not be fooled, baby. You are not the only one that found that diamond. A couple of other girls done found it first, and they still trying to get it out, okay? Just, I'm trying to...
Am I the only guy that will never walk up to a woman? I don't care how beautiful she is. I will never walk up to a woman, bro. It has nothing to do with anxiety or I'm nervous or I think she's better than me. I feel like it's so stupid. Like, if a woman actually really likes you and she's seen what she likes, she will walk up to you. She will do something to get your attention. You walking up to a woman, yeah, okay, it teaches you how to handle rejection. But, like, I feel like you save yourself so much time and stupidity if you let the woman choose.
Yo, what's up, shorty? What you doing here? What you doing out here all by yourself? Handsome? Out here all by yourself without any flowers. You need someone to spoil you? Is that what you're looking for? Is that deadass what you're looking for? The thing is, like, you know, when I was in college, I definitely would walk up to guys and it would work. And that's when I realized, like, so many guys are so lazy that if you are just the girl to approach them, they will give you a shot. But the thing is, a lot of y'all don't want bitches like me. Because the ones that will do that, or I don't even do that anymore. That was like 6 years ago, okay? When being hot as a man meant something to me. Now, like, I need a lot more than that for me to feel stimulated enough to, like, approach someone. You know what I mean? I can't think of the last time I actually approached someone. But girls, generally, especially the ones that y'all talk about, the submissive ones, the super feminine ones, the ones that are coquette, the ones who don't yap as much as I do, who don't have the opinions that I do, they're waiting for you, bro. They're waiting for you. So if you're not going to select, you're going to be selected, and then you either better just, like, shut up about it and be cool with, like, the big personality woman, or I don't want to hear y'all coming on here being like, women want to act like men. You're waiting for the masculine ones to walk up to you.
what did you think was going to happen? Because the thing is, at some point, you are going to have to do something. Do you know what I mean? Like, you are going to have to put in some effort to get something that is worthwhile. And that's what's so crazy about, like, today's generation, specifically of men, like, wanting to talk about, like, oh, why doesn't she want to split the bill? Oh, why doesn't she want to come to me? Oh, why doesn't she call me the prize? And why doesn't she walk up to me and buy me flowers and take me out? If you want that, I don't want to hear you come on here talking about how women want to act like men because you made them do everything and they're annoyed. I don't want to hear that. Because you made your bed. Go lay down. Go lay down, Mr. Soft Era. Like, what do you should at some point do something or pick something. But it's just, I don't know. These days women want to act like men. Oh, why don't women come up to me more? Oh my gosh, it's so hard to approach women. How is it so hard? Why do women think that we aren't going to stare at them if they have leggings? Like, you should at some point just pick something or hush. Because why are these all these opposite problems? They don't make sense together. Y'all need to have a team meeting and leave us out of it. Leave us out of it, bro. Leave us out of it. But I'm going to tell you one thing. Women these days are not super keen to approach men because, like, first of all, what's more important is, like, really on the inside for us, like, specifically in this day and age for so many reasons, like safety, whatever. And for somebody to be so outwardly attractive, like, that doesn't even mean that I'm gonna like them, though. I don't know. I think it's just, like, yet another responsibility to put on women, but it's like, okay, so what is left to you then? What is it that you have to do? Or do you just get to sit there and do nothing and expect everything?